if the giant railway and the real railway in the garden wasn't enough, Dave's also got his own platform. So we've come out here for a cup of tea and a little question session. So Dave, I guess the first thing I want to know is whatever made you come up with the idea of building the model railway first and then building a room around it?
When I first came here, we used the three stables to put the layout in. I wasn't sure what I was going to do, so we just boxed the rest of the layout outside. Once we boxed the layout, we knew what size the layout was going to be, and then over the sort of years, we put the base in and then eventually built the room over it. I suppose that's a different way of doing it.
So, O gauge is a lot bigger than double O. I mean, you could have effectively had the same railway that you've got in there. You could have had it a lot smaller, you know, more compact. Why did you decide to go with O?
When I lived in Peterborough, I had an O gauge in the garden, and I wanted to do the same again, but this time have it covered. And when I found the stables at this place, that was the ideal answer I wanted.
So you've got all these lights and sounds, and you've got the background noises, birds chirping, you've got thunder and lightning. Do you think sound is a really important part of having a model railway?
If you ask a lot of my friends years ago, they would have said I would never have gone DCC. But it's come on so much in the last 3 or 4 years, sound development. It really has transformed it. So it's taken a model railway to a completely different sort of train system now, where there are no limitations.
So do you reckon if you built the layout again, DCC would be a must?
Oh, absolutely. Anybody starting now has really got to consider doing DCC right from the start.
So I hear there's a funny little story about how you first met your neighbours when you moved in.
Yeah. When I first moved in, I saw the potential for the stables to become a railway room, but I needed to put power underground to it. And we got a local lad came in with a digger, and he went through a mains cable, which actually shut off the crossing and also the 3 houses on the other side. And that's how I first met my neighbours.
I mean, there's other things have happened. Like I see you've got a crossing gate, like just below this this platform as well. Where'd you get that from?
Well, the crossing gate came from a local crossing. They came one Sunday to replace it. It had worn out, and I just asked them what they were going to do with it when they finished with it. And they were just going to take it down the yard and destroy it. So I said, well, would you be prepared to drop it in the garden? So I swapped it for a plate of bacon sandwich.
Oh, that's awesome. So just in summary, you know, you've got this massive model railway, you've spent all this time making it, the sounds, the steam. Have you got anything that you can say to somebody who's just starting out, who's only got a couple of locomotives, they've just got into the hobby?
The whole essence of the hobby is you get a lot of enjoyment from it, and it doesn't matter if it's the locos, the track, whatever. Have an overall big plan, but start small, build it up slowly. Don't be put off by a big project.
That's great. Thanks so much for having me here, Dave.
Pleasure.
It's been absolutely brilliant. I always love coming here. It's great.
Nice to see you.
So there you have it. One of the most exciting model railways in the country. Lowery Towers, as it's affectionately known, and right next to the East Coast Main Line as well. Right, I'm gonna go play with my good friend here, Jeannie Dean. Yeah, she's named after a red compound. Come on, Jeannie, come on, let's go, come on. Come on! Or we're gonna go this way instead.